So this is Christmas, and what have you done? Another year over, and a new one just begun. And so this is Christmas, I hope you have fun. The near and the dear ones, the old and the young.
A very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let's hope it's a good one without any fear.
And so this is Christmas, for weak and for strong, the rich and the poor ones. The road is so long, and so happy Christmas for black and for white, for yellow and red ones. Let's stop all the fight.
A very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Let's hope it's a good one.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome along then back again to the Late Breakers Club. We did miss last week, but we are back, and it is very nice to be back. It really, really is. Here for the Silverstone Reverse, which actually I think is my first time commentating Silverstone Reverse. This will be quite exciting to get into. Of course, backwards that it is today, and drivers already handing out the pit lane from the wrong way. This already looks quite weird, doesn't it? But tonight should be nice. I do apologise to keep everybody waiting. In the chat we had some issues. I believe the setups weren't working properly when people joined the game, so we had to reset the lobby, but now we are back and ready to go again. Drew's in the chat with us tonight. Deck now joins us as well. And a few others. Good to see you all joining us this evening, everybody. Thank you very much for being here. But about 17 minutes then, ladies and gents, about 17 minutes left of this session. I only just started, but 14 drivers joining us this evening, with a lot of them already on their outlaps. Drew in the chat, can't lie, this would be pretty good for the race if it's on wheel. What would be pretty good for the race? You have to let me know. I thought I was going to lose my streak. Was at a party last night. Well, you still didn't. Good stuff, man. I'm glad to see you back. 7 people in the stream chat this evening. Luco's out there in 1. Derek 2. Black Sharks 3. As we have a few new drivers joining us. I think Eagle is back, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if he's back or it's his first time here. Either way, I, of course, know him now from the other league of VRL, and he's here today, and with his mate Evo down in 12. This would be good for Xmas race. Yeah, it would actually. That'd be pretty good. Yeah. Oh, I see what you mean now with the wheel. Yeah. No, my bad. I thought you meant racing wheel. I was really confused what you meant. I get it now. But wow, 9 people now. They're chat is starting to build. 15 minutes then, ladies and gentlemen, of this qualifying session to go. A long while, and the drivers starting to put their first times on the board. We're going to check who's closest to the line. It's going to be, I think Potts is, no, it's not Potts, it's Luco's. He's on an outlap. There's a McLaren coming around there on outlaps too. There is a Red Bull of Jones. He's on an outlap. Double IS then in the Racing Bull. What has this man got in store for us today then? Heading round, Drew in the chat says Jones takes pole. And Jones, of course, sat in 10 at the minute in the Red Bull. What can Jones do? We've had him called out for pole position. Is he capable of doing that? The Racing Bull then goes fastest middle sector. Look how fast this flows round here. Then braking hard to the right-hand side, round into the flowing left and into normally what would be the first set of corners then here in Silverstone. Today it's the reverse track. This now becomes the final corner up towards the line then here in Silverstone. The Racing Bull over the line. He goes to fastest, 1:26.9 then to set the pace this evening. There's an Aston Martin now coming towards the line. Raptor, he sets second place, 1:30 flat. Over the line now for a Ferrari. Evo sets P3. Over the line is Potts. He goes to second place then, ladies and gentlemen. All the times coming in now. Another Ferrari heading round. It's Eagle just behind the Williams. Williams over the line of Elmo of the Void. 1:26.5. Even quicker today. Eagle with a 1:32.5. Massively off the pace then at this minute in time. Deck in the chat. Currently on a 20-day streak. Would you look at that? Absolutely sensational. That man not missed a stream for 20 days. Wow. That is long. That's very long. Good stuff, man. I appreciate that. But 13 minutes then. Elmo of the Void quickest, and as we know, he is pretty successful then here in the Late Breakers Club. Always doing fairly well. I'm not entirely sure if he won the previous. I don't know who won the previous round actually, because I wasn't there. But we will try and find that out if I can find the chats for it. Never mind. I don't have any access to any of that. For some reason, I have access to the Saturday, but not the Friday. That's a bit weird. I'll have to ask about that, see if that can get sorted by JP. But Elmo is your quickest man. That is what we are trying to say. IIS second place on the front row of the grid with him with a 1:26.9. That is a very good time. Very presentable at the moment. Alex M then down in 12. Christie 13. And Lil Fletch down in 14th position. But we are looking at Alex, who's invalidated. Won't be looking at him now. And Lil Fletch has done the same thing. So no driver right now on a flying lap. Christie is heading round up towards the line now, and this will be the start of their flying lap. Here we go then, down the main straight. P13 in the minute, without a time set on the board. Quickest time is a 1:26. Compare that to Eagles 1:32 at the back, massively off the pace. Thank you very much for the follow, Wicked Gaming Co. I appreciate that very, very much indeed. Thank you very much. As we are on the road now to 750 followers. Can't believe I'm saying that. It's gone rapidly quick. We're at 500 not too long ago. Gained a lot of followers this year. We really have. I appreciate that very much, everybody. 742 now. We need 8 more to get that 750 followers. The Black Sharks then in P6. Potts 7. Card Elf slots in 8th position today with 1:28.279. But, oh, my bad. But, wow, the time from Elmo of the Void, that is a strong, strong time, isn't it? And IIS too. I mean, good stuff. The Racing Bull has set a very nice time indeed, just behind the quickest man of the day. Christie heading round. Non-EOS mode at the minute. Another follow then comes in for Stephen Jones. Thank you very much, mate, as well. I appreciate that. We'll be on 7:44 now. Mads, that's crazy. Thank you very much, mate. Followers are going up, and Christie heading round and down towards the line then. P13 without a time set on the board today. It is Silverstone reverse, and can they get a decent time here today? Burning all the ERS up towards the line. Is it going to be a decent time? It's P9 then, 1:29.317. Fairly decent, not too bad at all. You know, quite a bit off the front though, but maybe that'll be a blessing in disguise then when we get into the race. Maybe it'll be carnage into the first corner. I love how you can just throw it into that first corner, usually the final corner, of course. Black Sharks taking that beautifully. He's currently sat in P6 then, getting a bit of slipstream from the man in front, but when does that cross the line and become obstruction? Now it does. Black Sharks runs a bit wide there. The Alpine has to move out of the way of Potts, who I believe is on a flying lap, is he? I'm not entirely sure what's going on at the moment with him. DRS is activated now. It's did not a lap at all. 7 seconds down. Christie's sat in P9 then. Lil Fletch is one of the only drivers actually, including Alex M, who hasn't set a time today. Lil Fletch will go into the pit lane in the Kick Sauber with an invalidated time, unfortunately, and just hasn't been able to go any quicker. Christie then is in P9. Of course, as we saw him go earlier, Potts P7 on his way around. He'll go into the pit lane soon. Drew in the chat says Black Shark did that snap on purpose. He just wants to get him a pen. Well, Black Shark has a time. Time penalty. What am I talking about? He's got an invalidated lap unfortunately for him. There's a lot of drivers on their outlaps now. 9 minutes 30 seconds to go, and the times are starting to get punched in. Then this evening, ladies and gentlemen, Silverstone reverse. 15 drivers join us today. I think this is more than we were expecting, actually. I checked the sign up earlier. I think there was 13, so we've actually got more than we were expecting tonight, which is really good to see. Glad to see this. 15 drivers with the Williams, your quickest man. In the chat, we've already heard it from Drew. Who do you think is going to be on pole position then, everybody? Who do you think will be your pole sitter? Elm of the Void looking very strong. And actually, his teammate isn't here with us tonight. So right now, you know, it's looking strong for the rest of the drivers, giving him a chance to get on that podium. The past few races have been Williams 1-2 finishes in Late Breakers Club. Now, there's only space for one of those Williams because there's only one here. So 2 spaces have opened up on the podium, everybody. And who will be the takers of them? I am very much looking forward to find that out. The outlaps are starting to become flying laps now. Then Luco's into the first corner and Cardel's already on his flying lap. We'll go with this one first because he's in front using his battery down the back straight. There it is, and he's down by nearly 300ths of a second then through Beckett's, then through Maggott's, then and he's taking it quite well. He really is, but of course he was down on time in the first sector. Still got time in the middle sector though to find as he heads through Cop's Corner backwards today. And we'll see what Cardelf can do. Alex M to second place, ladies and gentlemen. Jones then heading down. We've just been told by Drew go on board with him. We're going to stick on board with him actually because you did predict it. We'll see what he can do. 127.1 at the minute. Has he got any time to find then, everybody? Up towards Cop's Corner, and the end of Sector 2 is fairly near. Jones has got a driver in front of him then. Maybe a bit of slipstream to get off him, but at the moment a bit too far in front to get that. Will he get out of the way? He does get out of the way fast enough. Jones throws it then into the loop. And oh my, what is going on there with the Mercedes? Backwards across the track, Derek backwards. Here comes Jones then, everybody, on his way down. He's fastest in the middle sector. Drew might be onto something here. He's got 10% battery on the hot lap mode. Here we go then. Silverstone reverse, and the Red Bull of Jones could be on for a front row today if he carries on with this kind of pace. It was showing fastest middle sector at this minute in time. Has he actually got that, or is it all a fluke? Over the line for Jones. Oh, 5th position, a 10th improvement. Unfortunately not on pole, but it's 5th position. Not too bad, not too shabby then, everybody, for him. 3rd row of the grid. Elm of the Void, look at that, even faster. It's a 1:25.8. Wow, that is very fast indeed. That Williams, take a bow. He is absolutely flying rapidly fast. Just gets quicker every lap around, as he should, and he just never fails to... he just never disappoints, does he? Never, ever disappoints. And over the line, the fastest man once again. 6 minutes remaining of this session then, ladies and gentlemen. True says, Elmo's probably got an illegal car anyway. Well, I'll have you know, mate, equal performance we've got here. That's not happening here. But anyway, it is a very nice qualifying session at the moment then, ladies and gentlemen. It really, really is. As out of the Void up towards the line then. In a moment, we saw him go fastest, of course, so he isn't going to be setting another lap now, and we'll see him go into the pit lane. Alex M, the man that was at the back earlier on, he didn't set a time for a long while, and then finally bumped himself up to the front row. Genuinely, we could be looking at our podium here then, 1, 2 and 3. The qualifying times from them are exceptionally good. And you look behind that, Derek and Jones are very much tied in qualifying. Look at the gap. Absolutely nothing in that then between them two. Absolutely nothing in it. And, you know, it is so great to see when you have a good, close qualifying like this. Makes it a lot more exciting. different subject, everybody. Let me know what you think of the snow on the screen. The feedback I've had from it so far is good, but you know, just a bit of a festive-y kind of vibe to add to the stream. You have to let me know what you think about it. I think it's pretty cool, to be honest with you. But round comes Black Sharks then, making his way around the track, everybody. 4.5 minutes of your qualifying session to go. And we watch the McLaren, who's on the second row of the grid. He just went fastest now, and a very fast. He just went faster, and a very nice time from him then, ladies and gentlemen, allows him third position. Deck in the chat. I've got a bone to pick with you, Jack. Oh no, what have I done? What have I done, mate? What's going on? What have you got a bone to pick with me? What have I done? It's not looking good. The Pot's in 9th position then, everybody, into the first corner. Is he going to improve this lap around? Deck says, deleted my number and someone else has it now. Oh yeah, Deck, that's my bad, mate. I'm actually sorry. The only reason I deleted it is because I was using it. I was using that channel to make the driver intros. And you're not racing in the race, are you? So I deleted it because it put me off. I was just trying to do the people that are in it. So yeah, I do apologise though. My bad. Pot's on his way around then, and we'll see if he can make any improvements then in the middle sector, ladies and gentlemen. 9th place for him right now, just about in the top 10. Deck in the chat, actually can't wait to watch that race, mate. Honestly, I cannot wait either. It's going to be great. It is going to be great. I've got a lot of people that I know watching it as well. You know, nobody really cares about watching any of this, to be fair. No offense to me or anything. Like, no one really cares about watching anything, but the Christmas race is going to be good, and a lot of people are going to be watching that. I'm hoping the numbers are going to be great. I'm going to be live on YouTube and Twitch on that day, just because there's a few people I know that it'll be easy for them to watch it on the YouTube. So I'll be live on both, so whichever is better. I'd prefer everybody to be watching it on the Twitch, to be fair, but I don't, you know, it doesn't really matter. YouTube is equally as good. Just means I've got to be switching between two chats, of course. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Christmas race is coming up for JCC events. That is going to be quite a nice one. Get it on TikTok. Maybe that's a good point, mate. A good point. Might do that, yeah. That, you know what? That is a banging idea. Get it on TikTok. That is like the perfect thing to put on TikTok. A great idea, mate. I'm going to write that down. I'll think about it. Thank you very much for that idea. I didn't think about that. TikTok. That's the way to go. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this qualifying session really boiling down to, you know, the few drivers at the front. Isn't looking like anybody's going to get near, you know, the top 4. I mean, you know what? 0.2 of a second behind is Derek. He's not far off. He is not far off. But we have only got a few minutes of qualifying, meaning he's only got about a minute to set another lap then, ladies and gentlemen. Not a lot of time to do this then, and a lot on the line this evening. What are we going to get? 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. Right then, let's have a look at the times that are on the way around. Jones in the first sector, improved by 1/10 of a second then, and looking like he's going to get himself into the 1 minute 26s. This is looking strong. Deck in the chat, do you have dual monitors or read chat on your phone? This is going to sound really overkill, mate. I've got triple monitors, and I've got an iPad as well above the monitors with the Twitch chat on. I've got 4 screens. As Jones on his way around, he did improve in the first sector, and it is looking strong, very strong indeed then. Into the end of the second sector, will he improve 1/10.5 up then, over 1/10.5 for the Red Bull. And now into the final third. This is it, the final showdown in qualifying. Over the line for Jones in a moment. He will complete his qualifying today with this lap here. This is it. He needs to get this one right. This is going to be his final time of the day. Where will it place him? He's found about 0.3 of a second, which is all the way to third. If he can do it, it's P4 then for Jones. A 1:26.7. He is in the 126s. It's a great lap from Jones now. Alex then in second place, ladies and gentlemen. There's Elmo of the Void, 125. Wow, 125.694. That man is absolutely flying, everybody. Alex M is going to come round then. He will cross the line soon. It'll be second place for him. But can he snatch pole away? He's a second off, really, of Elmo of the Void. The gap is just so large at the moment. Here comes Alex M over the line. Then will he improve? It is second position, ladies and gentlemen, as Elm of the Void, the fastest man. Alex M 2, Black Sharks 3. Jones is going to come round. We saw him go 4. Double IS then. I don't think it's going to improve. Maybe he's going to improve. We'll find out as he heads around. To everyone in the chat that sent a message in, I'll reply to you in a moment. But Double IS, oh, he spins the car onto the grass then, and the Racing Bull is round in qualifying. Black Sharks is P4. Derek then gets into third position here in qualifying. That is it for your session. Elmo of the Void then, ladies and gentlemen, on pole position here in the Late Breakers Club. Right then in the chat, you could have all 3 chats at once then plus the race, so you don't have to switch though. Yeah, through, yeah. No, I could, to be fair. I was only over-exaggerating. It's absolutely fine. I've got the main feed and the middle screen, so like the game's on the middle screen. My right-hand side has got OBS open, so the stream. My left-hand side has got Discord open, so I can see everything. And then the iPad's got my my chat on it. I just quite like looking at it up there. It's quite good. During the chat, thought you only had 2, one normal, then one above. I used to have that, and then I've got 3 monitors on a stand, and then the iPad above now. Just Nate in the chat. Nate here. Team mistake. We went too late for the last lap, he says. That's a shame. Well, the Grand Prix is coming up next, and it's Silverstone reversed. Maybe a track that drivers don't really have as much experience on, so we'll find out. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. Finished results in qualifying after a great session that it was. Elmo of the Void, fastest man in the Williams by nearly half a second to Alex M in second place. Joining Derek on the second row of the grid is Black Sharks in 4, Jones 5, then joined by Lucos in 6. Then it's P7, Double IS in the Racing Bull with Potts in 8, Cardelf 9, and Watson lines up in 10 this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Next up is the 50% race. We will be back in a few moments' time. Before I do that, though, I want to see if I can get the Christmas music copied over to the stream starting soon. We'll give it a go, and I'll be back in a moment. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We are supposed to be reading up at 57 British time, and it is now 57, so we should be going in a moment for the Late Breakers Club, of course. And I'm very much looking forward to getting back into it. We had a week off, unfortunately, or at least, of course, I was off, but now we are back. And it is time to go racing here in the Late Breakers Club then, ladies and gentlemen. 5 lights for the 7th round today. It's lights out and away we go. Elmo of the Void off the line very well indeed then into the final corner, which it would normally be. Side by side through turn 1. Alex M and Black Sharks having a battle through the first few corners. Alex M manages to hold that one in 2. Black Sharks drops down to 3 then. Behind that is Jones in the Red Bull, making up good places then at the moment. He's up to 4. Derek's in 5, Potts 6 then, as we'll see the race position changes. All of these guys are at the front, up 1 position. Derek's down 2 at the minute. He didn't have a very good start on that lap 1 at the moment, but he's still got the whole race to go, so it is not over for him yet. Behind them, Evo trying to catch up with Watson. Behind that, these drivers are falling back. We've got Lucas trying to catch Eagle here. He's looking like he's very fast on the back side of him. Gaining and gaining then. Will it be a move here? The Ferrari trying to keep himself centered up at the front. Can Lucas get through? He cannot just yet. Through the Cops corner, backwards that they go then. The Bassels in front as well are continuing on. Oh, around the outside line goes Lucas ahead of Eagle. Lucas gets into P13, ladies and gentlemen, and a great pass. Here he goes then on Evo as well, makes a double overtake. The Ferrari goes a bit wide here. Lucas goes into P12. And he gets ahead then, ladies and gentlemen. Great move from him. Raptor is in front of that. The 2 Aston Martins running well in this race at the moment and keeping a good front in P10 and 11. As we cross the line with the drivers, Elmo of the Void up in P1 today. The second lap of the Grand Prix begins then. Elmo leads, and of course the man that normally is on the podium every Friday evening, and he's here tonight looking like he's going to do that again. Normally with the with the company of his teammate, but his teammate is not here tonight. He's the only Williams in the race, and now he's going to try and take it on his own. 1.3 second advantage to Alex M behind in second place. The Haas car doing a good job at the moment, though, still in the same position since this first lap of the race. Black Sharks is at 1 as Derek was in 3rd place. Started on that second row of the grid, but had a bit of a fumble at the start and did lose some positions. He's still got the race to make up for it, though. Lil Fletch then, the man that didn't set a time in qualifying today. I don't think he did anyway. I'm not too sure. I can't remember. But anyway, I know he's taking a while to set a time. He is at the back of the grid at the moment, which is a shame. Not really doing that well. Nobody's made a pit stop at the moment then, ladies and gentlemen. Evo and Raptor World, yeah, they're changing positions here. Raptor dropping back. Evo manages to make that move into P12 and gets ahead. Lucas, of course, as we know, is in front of that, and he's got Watson 1.9 seconds advantage in front of him. Raptor then with a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane after making his first top today. Here's Potts on the backside of Derek then. Derek lost 2 positions since the first start. Here is Potts then to try and take another one away and made that 3 positions lost in this race. And Potts up 3 as well. He's now going around the outside line. Potts into P5. Easy move for him. He is ahead. In the Alpine, getting ahead, ladies and gentlemen. Derek drops down to 6 and has to leave it with him there. As in the chat, Hamilton just beat me last lap at Canada in my career. Oh no, sad times, Dick, sad times. Cardell running in 8th position then in this race. In the top 10, so doing okay at the moment. He's got the racing ball in front of him as he tries to gain on him to make some overtakes. Everybody around him, all pretty equal pace at the moment. You can see how close they're staying with each other in this snake-like pattern all the way down into the final few corners, of course, of Silverstone. It is the reverse track this evening, though, if you're wondering and just joining us why we're going the wrong way around. It's, of course, a bit of a different one here today with the reverse. Luco's then ahead of Christie, who, that's why Christie spins around and loses those rears, everybody. Such a shame. Christie down in P11. What a shame that is. As they all head through the first corner. Lap 4 of 26, 22 laps remaining today. Through Copse Corner we go with Elmo of the Void. He's absolutely flying, isn't he? Really good stuff from him at the moment in the Williams, then having a great race. And as I mentioned, he's always on the podium, and today it's looking like it's going to go that way again. Only one driver with a time penalty then, and it is Raptor World at this moment in time. He's got a 10-second after speeding into the pit lane, which can cause, you know, massive conflict in your race when you get a 10-second time penalty. A 3-second is bad enough, but a 10, it's not good. It's not good at all. But I'm sure Raptor's going to pit again today, and then he will get that, you know, that penalty wiped. Here is Elmo then through towards the final corner. Alex M running 1.8 seconds behind. Hasn't lost a hell of a lot to him then. He was 1.3 on the first few laps. That has still stayed at 1.8. It's around that margin at the moment still. They head into their first corner, and at the minute nothing much going on. On the back of the grid there you can see Christie, Evo, Eagle and Lil Fletch have all broken away at the back. The rest of the pack have carried on then, and actually the front a few pack are, you know, very equal on pace, I'd say. Very equal on the pace. Because look at how close they're staying. It's very impressive. Oh, contact made as Card Elf then with a battle here with IIS. He's trying to get through here, the Racing Bull. Looking for that gap up the inside line, was not open there for him, unfortunately. Couldn't get ahead, and Card Elf managing to stay ahead. Derek is ahead of that. Then we go into the final few corners then here in Silverstone to go on to the 6th lap of the race. Look how close everybody's staying. This is why, you know, it gets so much more exciting when everyone stays close like this for long periods of the race. It really does. Because you know what? Let's have a look at the tyre situation then, shall we? A lot of drivers on the mediums. The mediums actually dominating this session at the moment. They really are, as they are massively in front, ladies and gentlemen. Is Elm of the Void in the Williams. The medium compound tyres clearly working quite nicely though, and probably going to be doing better than the other tyres at the moment. These drivers must have thought these are the optimal ones to go on, and I think that might be true. Alex M though is making good use of these hards. He's got good pace on them as well in keeping up, ahead of the guys behind. 20 laps to go. Of course, he won't be able to go that long. He has to go into the pit lane at least once for new tyres. But Alex M could go very long on these hards. He's really nursing them in well, and he's keeping a good pace. He's keeping a very good pace with 20 laps remaining. 6 laps in. Oh, up the inside. Card Elf then trying to make a move here on Derek. Will this be a move? It will be. He goes up the inside line and he gets in front to 6th place. Card Elf making moves up then here today in the Late Breakers Club. As Derek in that P7, he has got IIS trying to get through, and Watson isn't too far back either. But the Racing Bull looking very racy on the backside here as we cross the line for the 7th lap. into the first corner. I love how wide you can take that and take all the speed in. Such a great corner, it really, really is. Here comes a move then, ladies and gentlemen. Looking for the move up the inside line. Is he going to try and get ahead? He did try. Not enough room for him to get through, though. Onto the grass a little bit there for IIS behind. I think there's a bit of action with some drivers, but in the pit lane is Evo, who is getting on new hards. Very early on to pit, but it could be a strategy that works out for him as he exits the pit lane. We'll find out if that is a good strategy call that he's made. Lap 7 of 26 then, with the Williams of Elmo still leading and on for that podium, but Alex M gaining, and you see how much Elmo just dropped off there actually. Didn't really notice that. Now he goes into the pit lane. Alex gets ahead. Elmo dropped off massively. I don't know if that was due to personal error or the tyres just are not working the way they should be. Either way, he's in the pit lane now. He drives to near the end of the pit lane then to get on these new tyres. The Williams crew waiting out there for him into the pit lane for Williams. And Elmo getting on some brand new hards again. Another set of hards that he goes on to then. Sorry, not another set of hards, my bad. His first set of hards, I'm thinking of Alex M. My bad. Hard compound tyres for Elmo, coming straight off of the mediums, and then they should work. An absolute treat now then, everybody. They really should. Black Sharks in the pit lane coming out. Hard compound for him. Jones on the hard. Potts is going to be exiting now on the mediums. Lucas will have the medium. Sorry, Derek has the mediums. Lucas has the hards. Mediums for Lil Fletch in 11, as he's of course coming round on 7-lap-old mediums, still on them since the race start, and running okay at the minute, making some positions up. In the pit lane for Alex M then, here we go. This is where it gets exciting. Lil Fletch with a penalty. We've got Card Elf in second place. Elmo of the Void, though, is who we really want to be watching. Alex M is in the pit lane. Has this worked out well then for Alex? Will he come out as a race leader here in Silverstone? We're going to find out now. Here comes Elmo of the Void round towards the first corner, ladies and gentlemen. Flying down the straight. I think the Haas just might come out ahead here, maybe. He's got to go round all the first corner first. Here comes the Williams then. Will the Haas of Alex M get out in front? Oh, you won't do it. That's it. That won't be it. He's going to exit then, everybody. But it will not be enough to get in front of Elmo of the Void. Elmo gets ahead there then quite well by a bit. 1.7 seconds is quite a bit actually. Very much so. Deck in the chat, what do you think of the 3 new liveries? I've not seen them, mate. What do you mean? Are they new liveries you can get in the game? Either way, lap 9 of 26, and the lap's ticking over then, ladies and gentlemen. We have got the Racing Bull, IIS, the man who is leading this one tonight, of course. Has to go into the pit lane at some point. In the chat, there is new Williams in male and a Red Bull and Racing Bull coming to Survival soon. They look so good. I'll have to have a look, actually. I didn't know that. In the pit lane for the Racing Bull, then, this is going to be where, you know, overtakes are going to happen then, everybody. Elmo of the Void gets through. Ahead gets Alex M as well, who is 1.9 behind and actually losing time slowly but surely. Black Sharks over the line now, as they start the 10th lap of 26 today. The laps are slowly ticking over. We've done 10. 16 is what is required left. Watson, your race leader then, everybody. 4.3 seconds is his gap to Elmo. And Watson has not made a pit stop, so he's probably going to be feeling a little bit worried now. But he knows that his race is not, you know, to be won at the minute. He knows that he's not fighting for that win, so he should be okay. As that gap is coming down slowly but surely between them. You can actually see him gaining on him quite a lot. Here he is then, 3.3 seconds is that gap, and he's just going to be getting ever closer, isn't he? He really, really is. The Late Breakers Club, they're always giving us good action. If you are in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, drop in your race prediction. Who do you think is going to be the, the race winner tonight? You'll have to let us know. Top 3 up for grabs today then, of course. Podium places up for grabs. Lil Fletch there, coming into a bit of an issue with Christie, I think. But I believe they got that sorted. Lil Fletch has a 10-second time penalty. Large penalty coming his way then as he enters the pit lane. Surprised Elmo ain't wearing it. Actually, I think he looks pretty good, yeah. Hopefully he can wear it next week. We'll find out. But this is it then. The battle from the top 2. Elmo gaining on Watson. This will be an overtake, ladies and gentlemen, as he gains and gains to try and get ahead. He's going to go up the inside line. Elmo of the Void goes into P1 and gets ahead of Watson today. Watson enters the pit lane, which is, of course, good for him. Now he gets that pit stop in. Deck in the chat, when you race, do you use a wheel? I actually used to use a wheel. It was a really bad one. It was like just this Xbox wheel. Now, though, when I race on Sundays, I just use my controller because the thing is, Deck, like the amount of time that I commentate versus the amount of time I race, it is not worth buying a wheel. It really isn't. There's just, honestly, I would love to have a rig. I would so love to have a rig. That would be like the dream. And I could get one if I saved up for it. But the thing is, it's just there's no point. I would use it once a week, and I don't even race sometimes on the weekend now and then, so it wouldn't get used enough. It really wouldn't, I don't think. But if I got a rig, I'd have to get a fold-up one because I don't really have the room for that. I have to get one of them fold-up ones to stick it on and whatever. But Deck, tell me what you think of this, mate. I've obviously I've had an idea earlier. I've just thought about telling you actually. for the Christmas race, I'm going to ask if any drivers like use sim rigs or anything, or wheels, whatever, and see if anybody's interested in setting up like a face cam of them driving, and I'm going to get them all connected to like, it's this thing called vMix. I'll get them all connected to this. So when I'm on live, when I go onto their onboard, I can click a button on my stream and I can bring on in a little small picture in the corner their, you know, their face cam on their rig with their name above it or something while they're driving. I think that'll be really cool. So let me know what you think. But like just a little face cam of them driving while they're driving on the screen, if you get what I'm trying to say. Lap 13 of 26, then lap 14 now. We are halfway into this race, over halfway, everybody. I don't know if many people would agree to do it, but it was very... Yeah, Deck, mate, honestly, I'm not expecting everyone to do it at all. I know we're not going to get a lot, but what I'm saying is if I could get, like, 5 people, that could mean, like, just throughout the race, I could just now and then bring them up and bring up a... You know, that would make the stream look so much better. Genuinely, that would look so cool. I've seen they do that on, like, iRacing and stuff. I've commentated iRacing in a Assetto Corsa race once. And, yeah, that... they did that on there. That was pretty cool. So I'll see if anyone's interested in doing that. But I know I won't get a lot of people. Either way, the stream is going to be freaking great. So if anyone's here tonight, then everybody, for the Late Breakers Club, of course, you guys know what great racing is, know where great racing is at. It is the JCC Events Christmas race on the 20th of December. £175 is going to be given out to the top 3 drivers. So make sure you are there. Lap 15 then, Elmo of the Void leading, Alex M second place, and he has dropped off the pace, unfortunately. 3.5 seconds is the gap. We're going to look at the drivers behind, and there's not a hell of a lot going on. These guys are fairly close, though. Could be a possible move shaping up between these guys, you know, pretty soon. We'll find out as they head through the first few corners then, ladies and gentlemen, on the 15th lap. Here comes Luco's then on Derek. He's going to make that move up the inside line. A great pass then, and it allows him 7th position. A really good stuff from him. Great, great stuff. Overtake done. Somebody's gone around, or somebody had a bit of an issue there who, you know, they must have ended up losing the rears or something because the yellow flags came out flying, everybody. Into the pit lane then, everybody, for Eagle and also for Raptor, both in the pit lane at the minute. As he comes in, what will it be? Will it be brand new tyres? It's going to be brand new tyres then for Eagle. He's going to get on the hard compound. As here comes Eagle, the next in the pit lane at the back of the grid today. Elmo of the Void then, everybody. He is up at the front, and we've mentioned his name a lot, and it's because he's doing so well, everybody. He really is. You know, up at that top spot today, 5.2 seconds ahead of the drivers, and definitely on for a race win today if it carries on his way. There is 10 laps to go then of this Grand Prix. As Evo in the pit lane then. Evo, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be getting on some brand new tyres. What tyres will be he... What I can't even speak. What tyres will he be getting on then? He gets on the hard compound as he exits now. Evo's down in P14, unfortunately. Quite far down the grid at the minute as he heads out. It's really weird seeing the drivers exit the wrong way out of the pit lane. It really is. Oh, running it wide there is IIS in the Racing Bull. Such a shame. Trying to keep himself, you know, up with the pace, and unfortunately just losing that time there, going wide. Dex says, I don't think I've ever raced in reverse. Did one lap in open lobby in Austria and got murdered. I think reverse tracks are great. I really do. Reverse tracks are fun. Here comes Elmo of the Void then. Pit stop for him. He's gained a 10-second gap, so he will get overtaken, but he's gone into the pit lane now for new tyres. Hard compound for him, which normally could go to the end, but he's going for a two-stop strategy today, trying for another set of hards, everybody. Another set of tyres. I don't know what it's going to be. Is it going to be hards again? Oh, I think it is hards again waiting for him. Brand new hards go on. And here comes Elmo. He's exiting the pit lane. It'll be fourth position for him when he finally gets out. Here he is then. He is out in 4. IIS gets through to 3. Lucas 2. Card Elf is your race leader at the moment. Running it longer than everybody on these tyres that he's on. Running it longer today. And, you know, Card Elf has done a very nice job at getting himself up there, hasn't he? He really has. Alex M and Watson, they go side by side into Cops. That was very, very lucky. It wasn't a collision there. As Alex M, everybody managed to get through into P5. Absolutely love to see it. Alex flying at the moment, of course, making another pit stop. Did he? He did, yes, onto the brand new medium compound now and looking fast on the backside of the guys in front. Look at how fast he's gaining. Oh my, he is gaining rapidly on the men in front, ladies and gentlemen. Not too far behind at the minute then as they head all the way down towards the end of this lap. Luco's in the pit lane. What is Luco's going to do? Luco's going to get the 8th position now then, losing places, now down to P9, getting on new tyres as he will exit, ladies and gentlemen. Ahead of that then is Alex M. Look at this, it's going on down here then. Jones getting through past the back marker. Ahead of that, these drivers through Beckett's, then through Maggots, trying to give themselves some good overtaking action then, ladies and gentlemen, and hopefully we can get some more. These drivers heading through Cops Corner now. Alex M running it very wide. We've seen that a lot, actually. A lot of drivers going wide there. as here comes Alex M. Will this be a move then? Up the inside line, he brakes very late, but allows himself enough room to get through to third, and he has done it. Alex goes into third place, everybody. Great move. Oh, something's going on behind. Never mind, it's back markers from them. I don't think we're going to get a lot of overtaking at the minute. Little Fletch in the pit lane. Elmo already a second ahead. Here comes a move then. Alex M going for that second place. Absolutely flying today, ladies and gentlemen. 6 laps away from the end, and Alex is into second place, back where he was earlier. He is on a good roll at the moment into second place on an absolute stormer at the minute, ladies and gentlemen. Flying right now, as he finds himself in P2 with a 2.7 second gap to the man in front. Isn't looking like he's going to be able to gain on him at the moment, or he could. You know, you never really know. We'll find out. At the minute, though, he isn't gaining. Elmo the Void then, ladies and gentlemen, goes with the fastest lap. It is double IS then into the pit lane and getting on some brand new tyres. We'll find out what he goes on for now then. 5 laps remaining in this race. What did he got up his sleeve? Has he got any more in him? He's going to go in for the medium compound tyres. The mediums are a very good call for him. Taking him to the end of the race. 5 laps left. Medium compound tyres are going to work a treat. In the pit lane is Raptor World then. What's he going to get on, ladies and gents? Medium compound. We're expecting probably the softs now, or the mediums again. I think probably the mediums till the end now is a good strat call. The softs could work, and he is going for those softs though. Can Raptor make it to the end? We'll find out. Carl Elf now with a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Look at these guys getting ever closer then. Raptor World on the backside of Lil Fletch here for a possible overtake, ladies and gentlemen. Not too far behind now with only 5 laps left, and he's gaining and gaining, then trying to make an overtake here. Card Alfred tyres from the session on the exit of the pit lane now, everybody. Card Elf out of tonight's Grand Prix with only 5 remaining laps. Oh, running it wide goes Raptor World. Running it very wide. We've seen a lot of drivers do that today. We really have. Must be quite a common thing then here in the reverse. Drivers, you know, just running it a bit too deep, running a bit too wide. Only 4 seconds lead for Elmo. Quite surprising, says Huramas. You're completely right there. Well, 5.4 now, but yes, you're completely right. You know, today, Elmo, you know, I was expecting him to have a bit of a bigger gap up at the front, to be honest. But you know what? He is gaining, and I can see that getting bigger lap by lap. Could be within 6 seconds soon. Only 3 laps remaining, ladies and gents. And then once this is over, we will have your post-race interviews for the top 3 drivers. At the minute, looking like Elmo, Alex, and Black Sharks. You know, we've had Elmo before. Black Sharks, I'm pretty sure we've had before as well. But I don't think we've had Alex M, to my knowledge. Only 3 laps left though. How fast has this gone? Carl Elf, the only driver to retire today, which actually is quite impressive if you ask me. It is very impressive to only have 1 driver retire this long in. Sometimes there can be many retirees. Today only got 1 with about 3 laps left of this day, of this race. 7-second gap Elmo the Void has gained over Alex M, and that gap just getting larger and larger. Alex M second place, Black Sharks sat in third, and that is looking like your podium positions at the minute. Jones is 8.7 seconds back, and in the gap, in the time we've got, I do not see him catching up at all. Eagle now picks up a time penalty, another time penalty on the grid for the drivers, as the penalties getting larger and larger for drivers today as time goes on. Only 3 actually. Normally, you know, it can rack up in leagues, and today only 3 seconds for 3 drivers, not too bad at all. Potts nearly going wide and making the mistake of everybody else today, but he has managed to keep the car fairly decent on the track. Lap 25 of 26, and this race is now getting quite close to the end, ladies and gentlemen. It has gone fast on this final ending bit. It really has gone quick, and we are watching Watson with double IS in front. The Aston Martin looking like he's holding more speed than over the man in front. Will he be able to make a move here? Then getting ever closer. Not able to just yet. Behind that, there was position changes too. Running it very wide there goes Raptor as he slides back onto the track. And Evo watching that one unfold right in front of his eyes. As Lil Fletch and Eagle both enter the pit lane. Raptor World with a 3-second time penalty. Getting another one now today. As Elmo bringing the car around then towards the end of the sector too. And soon to round this lap off, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to start in a moment your final lap of the race. Lil Fletch retires from the session, your second driver to retire today out of this race this evening. As here comes Elmo of the Void, ladies and gentlemen, making his way round and down towards the line to begin the final lap of the race then. Here in Silverstone Reverse. A flawless race from him, and we are going to talk to him in the interview room like we always do, week by week. It's good to be back with him again, and I'm glad to be talking to him because he's had such a good race, and all the glory is to him tonight. His teammate wasn't here, waiting on the outside there His Lil Fletcher, of course, has retired. That'll be his AI driving the car off to the side there. As Elmo will bring it home for his team, ladies and gents. He will bring it home for his team. The only Williams in the team today, his teammate unfortunately not being able to make it. But we are now watching him round off this Silverstone reverse lap. His final lap of the day. Will he run it wide on his final lap? No, he doesn't. That is so beautifully turned in there for the Williams. It really is. Such a good turn in. Such a good lap on the final time around, as he's now making his way up towards the end of this windy left and right onto the back straight then, which rounds off the middle sector. One final third of the track to go then for our man Elmo of the Void, who makes his way around, and it's been such a sensational day for him. Only a few laps ago, he was 6 seconds ahead. Now, 3 laps later, he's 13 seconds in front. Elmo of the Void heading down towards the line, everybody. He's going to cross the line, and here in the Late Breakers Club, he wins this Silverstone Reverse Grand Prix for the 7th round here today. 14 seconds, now 15 seconds the gap. Coming up towards the line, second place will be awarded to Alex M as he makes his way down towards the line now, everybody. The Haas car across. Will he be able to get that second place? He will. Black Sharks then will round off your podium today. Jones is gaining on him. Jones did actually gain over the line for Black Sharks though, and he takes that podium place. Jones cannot get it today, unfortunate for him, but well done. He gained massively. Really great for him. Behind that is Potts, then he takes 5, Lucas takes 6, AAS takes 7, Watson will cross the line then in 8. As Derek then will come across the line in 9, Christie 10, Evo goes wide in 11 then, down in 11, and Eagle will cross the line in 12, ladies and gentlemen, when he gets there in a moment. Here comes Eagle then to round off the race today, and he finishes at the back of the grid. But that is it then, ladies and gentlemen. Next up is your post-race interviews. Right then, everybody, let's have a look at your finishing results. Elmo of the Void then takes the win today. Second place, Alex M. P3 is Black Sharks. 4, Jones. 5, Potts. 6, Lucas. 7, AAS. 8, Watson. 9, Derek. And 10 is Christie. Next up is your interviews, everybody. We're going to be getting onto that in a second. Just going to make sure everybody gets in there. But interviews then are on your way. Let's get this done then. Elmo in the chat. There we go. Right then, hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello, mate. Good to see you back again. Give us your same as always. Give us your general thoughts on that. How did you find the Silverstone reverse?
I was kind of dreading this race, to be honest, but yeah, it ended up being a lot better than I thought.
Yeah.
So tire wear was insane, though. That was definitely. So I'm happy I went for the harder strategy.
Did that force you into making another strategy call then that you weren't expecting?
Well, I was considering of trying a one stop, but then yeah, considering I had 75 on my rights after lap 7, I was like, yeah, no. Yeah, I was way too high. So so yeah, just a 2-stopper, like everyone else, I think.
Fair enough.
But
Sorry, mate. Go on.
yeah, no, I mean, I was gonna see if I can make it to lap 10, then I would have maybe tried, but in this case, it was never gonna happen.
Well, going in today then without your teammate, I mean, you've been racking up them 1-2 finishes. Did you still feel the same confidence going into this without having the teammate there?
Um, well, I mean, I was fairly confident because I mean, my quality pace was pretty good as far as I practiced. But yeah, I mean, this track I haven't really done a league race on, so it was a bit of an unknown to be fair. But yeah, I mean, went pretty well. So I'm pretty happy.
Well, even more points in your championship challenge now. Then going into next round, do you think this is going to set you up with that even more confidence you're going to need to continue that form and maybe take that win again?
I'll definitely give it a shot, but I think we need to see if weights will be back.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's always the the hard part generally. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I got some momentum now, so hopefully I can take that into the next races for sure.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad to hear it, mate. Good race again. Good to see you in here. And I can imagine we're going to speak to you next week because you're pretty damn good.
Thanks, man.
No worries. See you in a bit.
All right, bye bye.
See you later. Right then, let's move on to the third place sitter. How you doing, mate?
Good on you.
I'm very good, thank you. Just talk us through your race then. How did you navigate a reversed Silverstone tonight?
Yeah, to be honest, this is not my favorite way to start a weekend. I'm not very fan of a reverse track, but it was a good race, I think. From my side, there was not that much of actions or fight, except maybe with Jones who was catching me. But otherwise, yeah, I think there was a lot of people on different strategy. But we all started on mediums. I saw some one stoppers and some two stops. But in the general point, yeah, it was kind of a calm race. I prefer last weekend. There was
Yeah.
way more action. But yeah, I take the third place, and I'm quite happy with that. But like Emil said, the tire degradation was just insane, on this track.
Yeah.
So it was complicated to manage that.
Would you say was there any certain moments where the reverse track nearly caught you out?
Um, yeah, maybe. I think when you go to a standard track, you have a lot of data, you have a lot of info, but a reverse track, you want to keep the same data that you have from the standards, and I think that was my mistake. I was approaching the weekends thinking that it might be a bit the same as Silverstone,
Yeah.
but there was so much differences, and it was quite complicated to manage all of that. Plus, I didn't have that much time to practice myself, but
Yeah.
I think it was a good result considering all of that. But yeah, and at the end, my tire just left. That's why Joe's catch me that fast, and I had to
Yeah.
manage because I learned from Canada, and I didn't want to have a puncture at the last lap. So yeah, it was complicated, but yeah, it was a good one.
Well, finally, was there any particular driver's pace that maybe took you off guard today you wasn't expecting?
Alex for sure.
Do you think?
Alex has a really good pace, yeah. Because I know Alex is a really good driver. We had a lot of fights, especially in Austria, and there was another track we have a really good fight. And I know his pace. I know he has a good pace. A bit same with me. Jones as well. And yeah, that pace he had today caught me off guard. So it was a bit complicated, but yeah. Congrats to him. He was really good this weekend.
Good stuff. Well, well done on third place today, mate, and I appreciate your time tonight.
Thanks to you. Cheers, mate.
No worries. Right, I don't think we're getting second place, so thank you very much, everybody. It's been great, and I'll see you all next week.
Next week, mate.
Li-
Cheers.
Likewise with the comms, and yeah, have a good weekend.
Thank you very much, you too, mate.
Cheers, guys.
Right then, ladies and gentlemen, we are wrapped up with the Late Breakers Club tonight. Thank you very much for joining us once again. It has been a nice race. Hopefully, all of you guys in the chat enjoyed it. 12 people in there tonight. Thank you for the follows as well we've had tonight. It's been great. Hopefully, you've enjoyed that. It was very nice. And I'll be back next Friday for the Late Breakers Club. Next stream from me, though, we are out for the weekend now. Back again on Monday for CPG. No, we're not actually. We're not going to be back on Monday because CPG's finished for the season. So next race will be on Tuesday, WRC. We'll see you then, everybody. Have a good evening and weekend. See you later.